What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Keep Me Up with Cash. It's your host, Cash Money Morgan, and Carly.
Hi. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I feel like this is my Oprah walkout moment.
Yes. Welcome to Oprah. Carly and I are recording on a beautiful Friday morning. I don't think I've ever recorded on a Friday morning.
Yeah, it's a little early.
So no, I'm here for it. Shout out to the natural lighting. Okay, we see you. All right, the Ozarks. But yeah, so Carly, so excited to have you here on the pod today. As we begin, I need a fit check from you. I know you don't need to stand up, but yeah, if you could just walk through what you're wearing.
Yeah, so I've got just this long skirt with a little lace skirt over it, and then I have this weird shirt.
No, I love it.
It's got it's very teacher-esque. It's got these weird long cats, some apples, and then the buttons are crayons, which I'm obsessed with.
So they're crayons.
They're crayons.
Wow, okay.
Different colors.
It's like a sexy Miss Frizzle. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. That's all I've ever wanted to be. I will transcend now.
She's using that as my next Instagram caption.
Oh, for
Please
sure.
do. Oh my gosh, yes. Well, thank you so much for coming on the pod today, Carly. So Carly and I actually met. Well, we've seen each other a few times. I feel like you saw me, I saw you, and I didn't put the pieces together. And then recently you had some super exciting stuff happen downtown. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I just opened a shop. Woo! Very excited. Over on Campbell. I'm so excited about it. It's we got clothing, we got jewelry, we've just got a little bit of everything.
It's super duper cool, and I actually would go on my little, not to me a hot girl, but I would go on my little downtown walk ski, right? And I would see this shop with this really cool stuff in it, and it's coming soon, and this poster, and I would write in my phone the date of when the launch was happening, because I'm I need to be here. What is going on here? And then you recently launched it. So yeah, so people are who is this girl? Where is she from? What is she doing? So yeah, give us the origin story. How did you get to Springfield?
It's kind of wild, actually. So I'm from California. I'm from the Antelope Valley, which is kind of the butt crack of Los Angeles. It's part of LA County, but it's way out in the desert. I grew up out there, and then my dad and my stepmom moved out to Missouri when I was younger, and they lived out here for a while, and I still lived in California. But in high school, I got really curious, and I wanted to live with my sister, so I decided to come out here just for a few years, just to try it out. And I always planned on leaving. I was I am not staying in Missouri. That is not my vibe. But I slowly started meeting people that just became very important to me in my life, and I just kept staying. And then I ended up going to school at Missouri State because they have a fashion program there, and I just keep falling more in love with Missouri. I still, in the back of my head, I'm maybe I'm going to leave someday.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm praying for it every day.
Right? But then, you just meet people that, feel like home, and it's you don't really want to leave because you just, I don't know. I feel like I fall in love with people more than places. And so I have a lot of good people around me right now. So I was you know what? Let's try to open a shop here and, bring the fun culture that I think is somewhere else. Bring it here. Why not?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's easy to transition from California all the way to Missouri, but I do agree with you to a certain level where I'm think about the ocean every single day. But also I'm wow, everyone's so amazing here that you build those connections. I was talking to someone last night, and I was if I really needed a photo shoot for free, I needed it ASAP, I could find someone to do that for me, versus if I'm in a different city, I don't know anybody, you're paying decent amount of money for that kind of stuff. And so there really is a beautiful element of creatives and people that are hey, I'm just gonna support you, we'll pay it back further in the future, that kind of thing. But definitely California is a huge change from Missouri. So when you first came here, what was the first culture shock moment? Was there something oh my gosh, these people throw rolls at each other? What was the moment you were I'm not in Burbank anymore?
No, probably just my school in general, because I was just thrown into a Midwest high school, and it's just a different experience. I mean, people bring in guns in their trunks to school. The trucks just revving out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Fashion is just completely different. I started wearing bootcut jeans and boots at one point. Let's not talk about it.
We all have a phase.
I was trying to fit in, okay? It's very different, and I don't know, but it's kind of fun at the same time. Like, it's just a wild time.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do have like 3 different pairs of boots, but it's because I just don't know, like when I'm going to a concert or like, you know, if I go to like a cowboy phase or I just happen to be in Dallas, like, I don't know. I just want to be like ready for those kind of moments. Yes. Definitely not a cowgirl though. But so that's pretty amazing. And so, okay, so you moved back when you were younger and you went to school here and then you pursued fashion at Missouri State. Then what happened?
Then I graduated and I was like, I'm going to get all these big job offers. I'm going to apply everywhere. And I heard back from nobody at all.
And so what year was that?
I graduated 2 years ago, so 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I applied to probably 60, 100 jobs, something like that. I tried everything, everywhere, and just no one ever responded to me. So I continued to do like alterations and then like some custom clients and stuff. And eventually I was just like, if I want to do this and like not have to go to a different career, I just have to do it myself.
Yeah.
And I was walking downtown Springfield one day because I wasn't even living here at the time. I was living back home in West Plains. And
so she's like, the city. No, yeah. People always like, oh, you out there downtown, you big city girl. And I'm like, what?
I don't know. It's a cute little.
It is a
city.
cute. You know, it's like I think, especially in the loft, like it's like the Ross version of my New York. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it feels like it's my. I don't know. I'm like, okay, well the rent prices are way better, but
no, like looking out over the horizon, like it could be any big city, right?
Right. I know. It's a nice little cute little skyline, but also I go outside and I'm like, okay, this is not New York. Like. But it's okay. It's probably a little bit safer or not. I don't know. So.
Sometimes I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so you're betting on yourself. And then what happened?
And then I was just walking downtown. I was visiting some friends in Springfield, and I saw a for rent sign on the building that I'm in now, actually. And I was like, that's really weird. Let me just call them. I was just curious about like how much it would be, and it's like a lot, but I was still like, you know what? If I work my buns off, I can make this happen. Yeah. And so I called them and I toured the place and I fell in love with it. But then I found some other places that were cheaper, and I kept looking for cheaper places, and I kept looking and just all of them just like weren't the first place. I would just loved it so much, and I was like, okay, this is God telling me like this was the place.
Dang.
And I was trying to find another option, but like that was just it. Like it had everything that I wanted. Me and my dad both loved it. Like we were both trying to find other places because they were cheaper, and we were just like, no, this is the place. And this place also has a 3-year lease.
Wow.
Which
so
was
you had to
horrifying.
Like commit.
Exactly. And I'm a big like, I like to move, right? Like I like to have the option to move, just like ready.
Yeah. So Queen, I hear you, because one of my coworkers like yesterday literally was like, so you have commitment issues? Because I was wearing a jacket, but I had it only like on half of my body because I was like medium cold. And he's like, why can't you commit to the whole jacket? And I'm like, because I'm medium cold. And so I hear you on. I can commit to the things that I'm like 100%, but if I'm not 100%, then I'm like, I hear you. You want like you want an out, you know, always.
Exactly.
It's like in driver's ed.
Yes.
Sorry.
Not the commitment.
I know. Bro.
But that was really my big thing. It was like, that's a huge commitment, 3 years.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I got to do it. I got to do it now, or I'm never going to do it. Like our 20s is the time to make mistakes, you know, mess up, figure it out, like start a business, fail a business.
Right.
Just do another one. I don't know.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I feel you on, especially like starting my own business too. Mm-hmm. Like, I just think there's so much pressure and behind the scenes of like getting an accountant, like doing all the, you know, you get it too. Like just literally so much added work. And I don't know. Same thing. Like God was like, no, you're going to do this. Like you're going to do this. And I'm like, okay. I guess so. We work 10,000 hours, but it's like so fun and slay.
Yes.
It's like that TikTok trend. Have you seen it? Where it's like, oh, like it's a picture and the girl's like, oh, you know, you slave away 7 years at college. And the second picture is when you're like looking super cute and you're like, but you have a doctorate degree or something like that. It's like I'm literally working in a car at an airport, you know, like, well, and then it's like, but I have this many clients and I make this much money. Like,
yes, absolutely.
You know, it's like you're putting in the grind right now, but like, what will it be like in 3 years? You know, Can we please have a Springfield, Missouri fashion show? Like,
oh my gosh, yes.
I have friends that would be interested in like investing or helping too. So we need to,
Yes.
we'll talk about that later. But
That's a big thing that I want to like have. I think that we need it. Like I go to Kansas City and Omaha Fashion Weeks to show my collections, and it's amazing. But I feel like we need that, and we have enough amazing designers here in Springfield that like it would be so cool.
It would be so cool, and so that's amazing. But okay, so the store's open. Can you like walk us through, you know, the name of it and pretty much like the fashion style that's inside?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So the name is Carlsbad Designs, and it's just, I like to add a lot of humor to my designs. I feel like that's a big part of my brand, is just like,
we love it,
irony and stuff like that. So Carlsbad Designs, and it's also like a play on my name because my name is Carly Bedolian. So it's just like a little bit of both.
Well, that's awesome. It's awesome.
And then inside the shop, I sell a lot of just like stuff that I make, and then also some vintage stuff, and then stuff that I upcycle as well, because my big thing is sustainability. I want to just, you know, try to make less waste than like, because there's just so much stuff already on the planet, so I want to try to use that if I can. So that's a big thing I'm trying to do.
Guys, it's super good. Like, I already have a dress in the works. We'll have to get it later. The designs are so amazing. Like, you need to get in there, check it out. Are you gonna do any kind of like website stuff too, or just it's really just like local? You have to be there.
I want to try to do website stuff, but I'm kind of like a grandma. So,
I hear it.
I mean, I dress like a grandma a little bit.
No, stop! I love the fit.
But like website stuff is just like, I'm not good.
It's another beast.
Honestly, the captions, like describing what the stuff is. That's really my biggest. If I could just post pictures,
can you have fun with the captions too? Can you be like, "This is the perfect skirt for a first date," and then he doesn't call you back, but then you start getting into your like baddie mindset, like,
yes,
can
absolutely.
You make those the captions? I'm like, oh my gosh, buy right now, like,
yes, absolutely. I think that's perfect.
So good, so good. Okay, so I love. I can't even talk. We'll clip that later. I'll edit that later. Cut. When you and I first really like connected at your store, though, I know we were both talking about like my journey in business and like your journey, and really being like, this is the year that we feel like God's led us here. Like, we need to bet on ourselves, like put in the work, because we really are like, this is our passion. We're not going to stop it. And so how has that been, like, mentally, just kind of being like, all right, I'm doing this, you know? Do you have any other friends that are kind of doing anything like this? Or you just feel like you're the only one out here right now? Like, what does it feel like?
Oh, it's just like, it's exhilarating, honestly. Like, I feel like there's times where like I wake up and I'm like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah. Like, she's like, I dream I just bought a shop. Like, wow, literally crazy. Yeah.
But it's exhilarating, really. At the end of the day, like, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And then it's just great. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you probably feel that too.
It's just
it's a thrill ride. It really is, like,
especially like when I do something social media for a client, or like probably when you make an outfit, or like someone buys it and like you see them wearing it, it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, you know? Like, even the merch, I'm like, people are like, they're wearing it, and I'm like, okay, you don't understand that, like, this was like 8 months in the making. Like,
like, I'm gonna cry right now.
Like, I'm like, you want to buy this? Actually, not just because you like me. Like,
I know, every time someone wants to buy something, I'm like, are you sure? Like, you actually want to buy it?
I know, when I bought the dress from you, I was like, no, I want it. And you were like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. Well, that's super cool. So obviously your style is very unique, and it's very cool. Like, I love it. Like, I feel like it has a good like vintage flair, but it's also feminine, but there's like all different kinds. Like, so who would you say is your style inspo, or someone that you look up to, or you try to like bring into some of your, you know, custom pieces, or just, I don't know?
For me, my biggest like inspiration has always been like Elsa Schiaparelli. She was like so funny, but also like so good at creating glam at the same time. She like did like the lobster dress. She worked a lot with like Dali and did like very like weird artistic pieces, and I love that. And she was just like a very like fun person, and I've always liked that. I just having fun with fashion. I think that's like really important. Even like the new director of Schiaparelli right now, Daniel Rosberry, just gets it right, like that. Like, have fun and just make glamorous like pieces, and I really like that.
Doesn't Schiaparelli use a lot of like gems and things like that? I love that.
Just
about
like
that brand.
It could be considered like too gaudy, But
No,
like it
it's
just
so good.
works. It does. I'm a big maximalist though. Like that's I think a big way I would describe my style is like maximal. Like I hate the idea of take off one accessory before you leave. No, add another accessory before you leave the house. I love that.
Yes, I remember growing up too. Like I love fashion, and I remember like I'm from Wisconsin, so I would wear something and everyone would be like, what the heck are you wearing? My parents would be like, are you really going out like that? But coming to Springfield and then really developing my style, and like now I'm like, are you wearing that? Like, you just kind of, you walk into your own and you own it and stuff like that. So like the Met Gala, have you been keeping up? Like what's been the look that you're like, this is it Chef's Kiss? This is the winner of the Met Gala to me.
Oh, Emma Chamberlain. That was it was just like so spooky and like I also like Lana Del Rey's look a lot. That like cage situation was super cool.
Obviously everyone's like Tyla. She was so good. It was good.
Amazing.
Zendaya always does it for me. So.
Yeah, the change.
Yeah, I like look 2 more than look 1, which people are like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I was into it. So
I don't know. I can't decide. It's like I can't pick my favorite child. They're both beautiful.
Right. So ultimately, what is your dream when it comes to fashion or even the store? Like, what would you really love to see happen maybe in the next 5 years?
Ooh.
I know that was that's a good one.
I think like in the shorter term, I definitely want to bring in like a lot more designers. I want it to be more of a collective. I don't want it to just be me. I want to bring in like artists and I want it to be like a fun space for everyone to like show off their stuff. And then like further on, I want to really work on bringing manufacturing back to Missouri, because I feel like the Midwest was like a big area where garments were produced before everything like went overseas. And I feel like it has a lot of potential to be that again. And I think it's like, it would be a great way to bring jobs into the area. Yeah. And also just like, but I think with that, I need to create awareness about why things need to cost more, because in order to produce in America, like it's always going to be a little bit more expensive.
Right.
So that's just like a big goal of mine, is I want to be able to bring manufacturing here. Like I think it would be cool. I'd love to train people to sew and I don't know, provide a job that can be a little bit higher paying. And I just think it'd be really cool when we have the means to do it here.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Where do you think that passion came from? Like at what age do you feel like you develop that feeling of the manufacturing needs to be back in America or Missouri or anything like that?
Yeah, probably like when I really started like learning about fashion. Like I just tried to like read every fashion book I could. I feel like a big one for me was Fashiontopolis. I think that's like probably a big one for a lot of people. Like Dana Thompson, like she's an icon, really just like getting in there and doing the work. But that book it's like kind of gut-wrenching, because there's just so much pain and suffering that happens because of what we wear. Like getting a t-shirt for $5 is really problematic at the end of the day. Like just like, one, it's probably made out of super unsustainable materials, and 2, who's making that shirt? Yeah, it could be like a literal child that is getting paid like a penny to make it. And that is, as someone that sews, I know how hard it is. So imagining like getting paid that little for it is just it's insane. And then that book also talks a lot about like what production was like here, like specifically Kansas had a lot of garment production back in the day, and it really fed into economies. Like there's towns that are desolate now because manufacturing left, and they just didn't have jobs anymore. So I feel like that book was a big turning point for me. Definitely recommend. It's fabulous read.
We're gonna continue the fashion talk, but quick girly pop discussion. Rapid fire questions. One, what's a fun fact about yourself that maybe people don't really know about you? Like,
I guess kind of fun fact, I have like 15 cats technically.
Wow, okay. She's like, don't tell my apartment.
Just casually, yeah. Well, they live at my parents' house. They're mostly like farm cats, little barn cats. There are 2 that live at the shop right now.
Okay, so love.
They're very cute.
15. What are all their names?
Oh, okay. Gigi, Tai Tai, Fade, Viper. We got, oh my gosh, this is hard. Aang.
This is hard. Taking care of them.
Dorian Gray. I'm just like trying to think of a Mochi. I'm trying to like go through the bloodlines.
Yeah. This is why people have too many kids.
Me. Well, they just show up. Stanklin Franklin.
So it's like a main cat society.
Yeah. It really is.
With a little bit of love and food.
They just bring friends. Like,
I mean, I would. It's like a never-ending party, to be honest.
Yeah, we have a new one right now, actually, that we haven't befriended yet. It's this big orange one.
Okay.
I don't know its name yet.
That is so cute and funny. So 15 cats is so wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
How does it feel to be a mother?
Oh, I feel so good. I love it. My mom has accepted that she's a grandma and
Okay.
that those are her grandchildren.
Wow.
My dad is not quite on board with that. He's like, no, I would like actual grandchildren. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
One thing about me is that I don't play games unless it's ping pong at Classics Yard. Classics Yard is Springfield's #1 social sport and game center. It is located in the back of Classic Rock Coffee Company headquarters and next door to the Riff. Coffee, sports, music, what more could you want? Located at 1900 West Sunset Street in Springfield, Missouri. Be sure to check them out, play some games, and reserve your event today. Visit www.classicsyard.com. Going into grandchildren. It's a crazy transition. What is your relationship status? So, you know, not keeping up with cash, we're intrusive and fun.
Just very single.
The lines are blurred. Yes, queen. Obviously, I talk about my dating woes and the blows, but tell us, what is your type and does Missouri offer it? Like,
I don't know. See, I've honestly, like, college, I should have been like dating and like figuring that out, but I spent so much time sewing that like I never did any of that.
I don't know, dog. I mean, I did some, but I feel like look at you now. Like, if you didn't sew in college, would you be having the shop? So,
You know what? It paid off.
It does.
But I guess just someone like very fashionable. I don't know. I'm really attracted to people with style. So,
yeah, no,
like,
period.
I love that.
Yeah. She's like, nothing else matters. Really, just if you can put a fit on.
If you put a fit on, hot.
You heard it here first, folks. Perfect. Well, I love that. What would be like, if someone was interested in you, what would be like the ideal first date or something? Or even like, what would be the ideal like slide? Like he comes into the shop and he's like, hey, I just saw you from across the South Campbell, like, can I take you for coffee? I don't know. What would be like that? What would be like the ideal, like, hey?
I would like a written letter to my father explaining. I'm just kidding. No,
like,
for
okay,
sure. Just
yeah.
like, I guess like popping in and just being like, hey, you want to hang out sometime?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, let's go get, I feel like coffee. I feel like that's like a good first date.
Yeah.
And then maybe like, if it goes well, we do a hot girl walk around downtown.
Second
date,
date, tacos.
Yes.
Third date, I don't even know. Steak. I'm just playing. No, I love that. That's good. Do you have any icks right off the top of the dome?
Oh, I don't know if I do. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I'm getting icks.
Wow, guys, Carly has 0 icks. It's okay. I have so many that we don't.
Okay, you can share with me. Will you share?
Yeah, I'll share with you. Well, honestly, from a business perspective, this isn't even like a romantic ick. This is like just a life ick. Is when people clip their nails at work or in a public setting. Corporate, you don't understand. People do this all the time, and it grosses me out. Like, that's just a Morgan ick in general. I'm like, I don't clean out the wax in my ears when I'm working. Like, I'm like, gross. So that's just a regular ick for me.
I'm like literally clutching my pearls right now. I've never heard of this happening.
Yeah.
I did find a toenail at work the other day. Whoever left their toenail at the order at the bar, I'm coming for you.
Oh my gosh, she said receipts, screenshots.
It was gross. Why was it at the bar? Were you picking it at the bar? Did you bring clippers? I don't know. I don't know who did it.
Sometimes
But
the
I'm coming for
clientele,
you.
you don't even know sometimes with the clientele. So that's crazy. You have no relationship icks. None.
No, I mean, okay, I guess people that aren't driven, I'm attracted to people that are like super driven. Like in the past, like the people that I've like been attracted to are ones that like when we first meet, like they're already telling me about like their big plans for the future. Like they're like, this is what I want to do. I'm like, yeah, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength as you, dog, because it's, especially when you're like an entrepreneur, like you're in it, like you have a dream, you have a passion, you have a goal. And I feel like people that aren't as driven, love them. I need them in my life to like balance, but also when it comes to a relationship, I'm like, I don't know how this would work. If I'm like, and you're just kind of like, I'm just chilling now. I'm like, how would this, I don't know if it would be a good match. So I hear that.
Fair.
So if you have a job, and you have really nicely kept toenails and you're interested in Carly, just go to the store.
True.
Boom. Boom cakes. Period.
You have to like cats too.
You have to like cats.
Sorry.
Yep, see, that's what I'm not. I'm exclusively a dog girl only.
That's fair.
I'm telling my friends, I'm like, if anyone just like wants to be able to walk their dog for free, I will.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So
I do have a couple dogs too. I love dogs. Yeah, I don't discriminate against dogs because I love them too.
Well, let me know when you need me to walk them.
Okay,
just
absolutely.
the dogs, not the cats.
So. Okay. Well, they don't really walk, so it's okay.
Period. Sorry, guys. We're having fun. We're just live, laugh, and loving. It's unhinged and it's a good time. To transition into something a little bit deeper. Obviously, we talk a lot about like mental health on the podcast and different things. Oversharing queen, that's me. But you know, in terms of anything you've ever struggled with that maybe you funnel into your passion. I know a lot of people, myself included, like a lot of things we've gone through in the past really helps kind of ignite what we do now or as part of that purpose. And so is there anything that you want to share? Of course, it's okay too if not, but that you've kind of gone through?
Yeah. I mean, I was a very like shy and like quiet person. I mean, you wouldn't know now. I'm a freaking yapper now.
Love it. We love you.
Growing up, I was the kid that like wouldn't talk to people because I was an only kid until I got to move in with my sister. Like I was an only child, so I didn't know how to communicate with people. So I was very much in my own world. Like I played in my room by myself, like just talking to myself like that.
Same.
Another thing I had to work through was don't talk to yourself in public, at least.
Oh, okay. Well, oops.
So I feel like when I got to high school, I was like determined. I was like, I'm gonna be like social. I'm gonna do it. So I had like a notebook and I would like write down conversation topics.
Say hi at 11 o'clock. Say bye at 12.
Like honestly, in a day, if I said hello and like, how's your day going to one person, I was like, yeah, I did the social, the friends.
That's good. Yes. That's awesome.
Which is funny because I was also a cheerleader. I did cheerleading all through middle school, but I had one friend and we would both sit on the edge and like play like Pokemon or talk about like nerdy stuff because we were too socially awkward to like interact with everyone else.
I love it.
But then when I got to high school, I was determined and like I put in the work to learn how to have conversation because that was my thing is I couldn't keep up a conversation. Like it would just like I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
It would be like, and I would just stare at people. I'd be like, okay, bye. Because I couldn't handle.
That's so crazy to think of, like compared to you now. Yeah.
I started doing speech and debate. Like that was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. Like
that is scary.
Deciding to do speech and debate, and that helped me. I learned just how to be loud and obnoxious, and here we are. And I also gained confidence. I started dressing. That was a big thing. Is like I learned like that fashion meant so much to me. Like it's a big thing even now. Like if I have a cool outfit on, I have so much more confidence.
Yeah.
Like
100%. 100%. I actually went to an event last night and at this point, like I don't really get nervous about going to stuff by myself and whatnot because I'm like, but I was nervous and I was just like, I don't know anybody here except for a few people, but I'm pulling up on myself and I was nervous and I don't know, eventually still like being around really creative people like freaks me out because I'm like, oh, like you, yeah, they're so cool, oh my God. But it was actually really fun and it was a good time. And I know for me, like being in college, I've done a lot of things where I like was solo and stuff like that and like moved from Wisconsin. But I remember like going to lunch by myself and being like, okay, I just have to like find some random table and like ask to sit with them and whatever. But stuff like that really gears you up for being like, I'll just make friends when I get there, you know, or like ba-da-da-da-da. And so I think it's so cool that you're like, I need to be out here and like putting in that work. Like that's scary, you know, but look at you now.
I know, I can do it.
What's your advice for someone that really is very socially awkward and just feels like massive amounts of anxiety when they try to talk to someone or network or something?
I watched a lot of YouTube videos about how to talk to people.
Bro, it'd be like
that. That's like wild.
Drop the
like,
link.
They be helping. They're like,
they're
very informative. And also just, I don't know, not being like realizing that everyone is as nervous as you are most of the time. And just like being nice to people. That's a big thing. And if people aren't nice to you back, they're not the right people anyway.
That's right.
Don't. Like if they're acting like, ooh, why are you talking to me? No, just leave. That's like not even worth your time.
Right. And like the right people, no matter how many followers or status, what they're doing, if they're really just like locked in and kind, they're going to be kind to you. Like it's not that big. And people always like, well, how do you network? Like you always like meet different people. I'm like, literally any situation to me is a networking situation. And I'm like, people go into it like, hi, I'm Steve and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, go into it and be like, hi, what's your favorite earlobe? Like, you know, and people are like, what? And then I say, hi, I have a podcast.
That's actually a good question. What is your favorite earlobe?
My left ear. I'm like left-handed. Everything on my left side of my body I like more. So
No, I get that.
all my tattoos are on the left side of my body. So
Superior.
what's your favorite earlobe?
Oh, for sure my left. Yeah, like my left side is like, that's why I'm glad the camera's on this side. Like,
Justice for the right side.
Ooh, no, that's why I put the hair over it. Like,
It looks good. It looks good. Yeah.
keep it hidden.
That's awesome. Okay, do you have a celebrity crush that you feel like if this person came into the store, you would just die?
Oh, I don't know. That's hard.
That's okay.
I feel like I don't have one right now.
Okay.
I feel like I go through phases. Like,
Okay.
it just depends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
On their haircut or
Yeah, on their haircut, really. Like what they're in at the time.
I'm dead.
I definitely always go back to Hal from House Moving Castle.
Okay, yeah.
So he's a big one for me.
Well, everyone knows I'm like so into Vinny Hacker, but then I watch Challengers, which I need to watch it again. Wow,
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
It's so good. So Art from Challengers, Mike Face, I think. I'm probably saying his last name wrong. Wow, he was really cute. Kendrick and Drake. So there's been a lot of beef going on. Everything's been going crazy. I mean, I have always been a Drake fan, but this Kendrick Lamar drama and Metro Boomin, I mean, I think they won. I think they're just, the lyrics are lyricking, and Metro Boomin has me dead. What's your thoughts on the situation?
Oh, I've always been more of a Kendrick fan.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on. Kendrick stuff is just goes so hard. I'm pretty sure like the song is called Me. My sister showed it to me, the Kendrick song. It's absolutely incredible. Like probably like one of the best songs I've ever heard. Like it is just great. So Kendrick for me, but going into it, I was a little biased, I think. But then he just kept going, just more and more, and
there's
then
so much hatred
putting
from
Drake's
Kendrick.
house on the album cover with the oh my god, that was
yeah.
wow. I mean,
Yeah.
brutal.
It was brutal. And then when Drake responded and he was like, I'm not a pedophile. I did nothing with Millie Bobby Brown. I'm like, bro, no one said anything about Millie Bobby Brown. Like, I was like, you really like.
Well, in the song you did say something about 11. I don't remember the lyrics, but
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is crazy. And it's so funny that I am a Drake fan, but I feel like I can be easily swayed. Like, I feel like when Taylor dropped her Midnight's album, I was like, love it. But I'm really not a Taylor fan, to be honest. And so, I don't know. I feel like I like Drake, but all of this, I'm like, oh. I mean, I still listen to him, but I'm like, oh, would I go to the concert? I don't know.
that's fair. It's just messy.
It's definitely messy.
Oof.
Yeah.
But I love, I don't know, I love listening. I love being a little nosy.
Yeah.
I'm I'm here listening.
Well, it's like the male version of like Selena and Haley in their beef, you know? And so to see that, it's just kind of, it's funny, you know? But also I'm like, why can't we be friends? But we've gotten such great music out of it. Like BBL Jersey. I mean, that was so good. I play that so loud in my car.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
So loud. Okay, so to transition a little bit. So obviously you're here in the grind. What's the hardest part of like starting your dream and also being a business owner for fashion? And also like what's the most rewarding part?
Ooh. I feel like the hardest part is definitely the money. I mean,
yeah,
like
heard that
because I'm still working as a server and then also like doing my shop, and so it's just a lot of work, like really, and trying to like make sure I can buy everything because I want the shop to be the best it can possibly be.
100%.
Like going into the grand opening, I literally spent all of my money that morning, like getting like refreshments and like getting like last minute stuff. I had 76 cents in my account going into the opening.
What?
And I was like literally like, okay, this is literally make or break time. Like, but then people showed up and showed out, and like I am so grateful to everyone that came. Like I am still shocked to how many people came out and supported me. And like it just, I don't know, it made it all worth it. I was
and like, it like almost probably like reaffirms like this is what was needed. There's such a gap for this, you know, and like you should be doing this.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people told me. They're like, this is like a really cool place, and like I think that Springfield needed this, and I'm just like, okay. Thank you so much.
Stop it. Stop.
Stop it. Keep going. But like,
so how does that work? Like, how do you serve? Like, are you just like serving at night and working at the store during the day? And then when do you have time to make the clothes? Like, can you walk us through really like the time management of the whole thing? Because I always talk about like the last episode we talked about business, and I was like, okay, let's actually talk about facts and like what it looks like to cost this and this and this and this, you know, and like we don't need to like do crazy numbers or anything like that, but really like what does a week in your life look like?
So Monday the shop is closed, and I also don't work at the like restaurant, so that's like my main day to sew and like do stuff that I need to do for the shop, and like I just try to bust everything out then at least. And then Tuesday the shop is open. I have the shop open, and then I go to work. And then it's pretty much like that. Like that's most days. It's like I have the shop open until about 4, and then I go serve at night. And then Friday is like my big day, like it's my long day at the shop right now. It's gonna be, we're open 12 to 8 that day.
Wow.
So that's the one day I don't have to serve. So that's like
nice.
That's a fun day for me because I really want the shop to be able to be open later.
Yeah.
That's like my main goal,
right,
ultimately. So we'll hopefully get up to that point. But for now, there's only one day that we're open late. But
no, that's cool.
That.
Yeah. Everything is a grind.
Yes.
You know, and I think it's just like, just be patient and just stay consistent and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, do you have any advice for anyone that would really want to pursue what you're doing? You know, like step out, leap of faith of starting their own like business for fashion, or, you know, someone who loves fashion, but they've also been burned by so many jobs, because especially like being rejected that many times. I mean, did you ever have the thought of like, maybe I'm not good enough, or like, is my work not good enough? Like, did that ever happen to you?
Oh, for sure. I was definitely like really down on myself for a while. Like I kept trying to do fashion shows to like really like reunite but there was like one show that I didn't start sewing for it until like probably 2 weeks before the show.
Wow.
Because I just was so down on myself, uninspired. I felt like I couldn't do it. And like, I just had no confidence. So, like, I just kept getting denied from jobs and like everything. Like I was really getting beat down, and I just like I forced myself to do the show because I was like, you have to do it. Like,
yeah.
But also it costs like $500 if you drop out of the show. So I was like, yeah, no, I have to do the show. But that was like a really hard moment. I guess just push through. Like, just remember why you got into it in the first place, because fashion design is not a lucrative job. Every time I told people that that's what I was studying in school, they were like, oh.
Right. So like, do you ever want to have money?
Yeah. My grandpa would always ask me, he's like, so when are you going to become an accountant? Like, are you going to go to school for that? And I was like,
shout out to the grandparents that occasionally try to make us not do what we want to do. But love them also so much. Such a good sport.
Yes.
So I know even for myself, like, especially you too, being rejected, moving, like there's just so many different like moving pieces and elements. What would you say, like, who or what is the support system in your life that was like, no, Carly, go, Carly, go, you know, that told you to, like, keep going? Because I know for me, it's like God or my parents or my best friends, and without them, I would not have done anything. So what is that for your life?
Oh, absolutely. Like all of that. Like my family has been like my biggest support. All of them have just believed in me the whole time. And then like,
that's awesome.
Even like when I first started designing, they would say stuff I made was so good, even though it was so bad. I love y'all, but it was so bad. And you can be honest.
It's like, guys, we can be honest now. We can be real.
I remember in high school, I made this one like yellow dress for theater, and everyone was like hyping me up on it. And I was like, this is actually so bad, but you all are so sweet.
It'd be like that, bro.
From the beginning. And like my dad, like he came out and stayed with me for a lot. Like he helped me paint and like redo the floors and like everything in the shop. Like he was there like really putting in the work. And he has a bad shoulder too, and he just like, no matter what, he
sending a virtual
was
hug
out there. I know. He was just out there working, helped me build stuff. My sister, my best friend, like she just is always there supporting me. Both of my moms, I love them so much. They're just always there to support me. My grandparents, just I don't know, my friends, they're all they all came out to my opening, and I just like, even friends from like 3 hours away drove all the way to come support me in my opening, and I'm just so thankful. Just so many wonderful people in my life. Yeah,
it is so nice, especially when sometimes in other years it can be really hard. You know, when you go through like friendship breakups or like different people that maybe don't have your back, and then now, I don't know, but you know, for me, it's like, I feel the same way. I'm like, I feel like my circle is so amazing and strong, and I'm so grateful for them. And so just seeing that support system, like, is just, you need good people surrounding you. You really do. You need them to help you. So
yeah, definitely. It just makes the world of a difference, you know? Like, I can believe myself as someone else believes in me. It just works.
100%. So talking about the shop in itself, you have to go inside because it's so cool. Like, I love the photos and the design and the color scheme. Like, where did that vision come from? Did anyone help you, like, put together a vision board or just really, design the shop or anything like that?
Yeah, my cousin was like a big help in like the initial like design process. Like we were like always like chatting. She is like the most amazing like interior designer and just planner. Like,
love.
Literally, if you ever need anything planned, like she is the one to do it. She has planned all of our trips. Like I'm definitely like, every time we go on a trip, she is like, she's got spreadsheets because she's got PowerPoints. Like it is insane. I'm really just there for the vibes. I'm not a good planner. She'll let me plan some things, but it's mostly just like she wants to give me something to do, which I appreciate. She knows I'm not good at it, but she'll be like, you know what? Why don't you do this thing? And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. It reminds me of like Schmidt and Nick from New Girl, like when they were planning the party, and Schmidt was like, why don't you get balloons in the porta potty? Like,
I love New Girl.
So she helped me so much, just like planning like the concept for it, and then just I don't know. I feel like so many people help me with like certain aspects of it. Like my other friends helped me do the fitting room, like the collage, the magazines.
Wow,
they absolutely killed it with that, and then just I don't know, pink, obviously I have a little bit of an obsession.
Is that the favorite color?
Oh, just a little bit.
So many people in my life love pink so much, and I'm like, okay, I guess I just need that energy around me.
It's a good color.
It is a good color. That's awesome. So I mean, even like a business question, like did you have to have a lot saved before you could really get into the shop, or was it just kind of like, hey, sign the lease, you'll have this monthly payment, like whatever?
Yeah, I probably should have had more saved. I'm a little impulsive. I won't lie.
Same here. Same.
Like anyone else that started a business would probably say, yeah, you should have money saved up. You should have a business plan. No, I just dove in. I was like, what? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it now.
Right.
And we did it.
Well, some people, they really are like, I have to have so much this. And by the time, it's kind of like the thing about having kids. I mean, I don't have kids, but there's always a phrase of like, you're never ready to have kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, you could have, everything ready for the business and this, but there's always going to be something where it's like, oh, maybe next month, next year. And it's just like, you did it.
Yes.
You just got to do it, bro. Nike.
Yeah. I didn't want to spend years planning it and then just like end up getting comfortable not doing it.
Yeah.
I wanted to just do it. I was like, if I'm going to do it, like now's the time.
And authenticity is like so attractive, and it's so like what people seek and look for. So I think when you like walk in the shop and you can tell, okay, wow, she's like in it, she's in the grind, like this is a super personal, like you can see like things of your life or like your heart around the shop. I think that's what people like they resonate with versus like a shop that is very like, maybe, super structured or has been, like less personality, like less, I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely something, because I worked at Maurice's for a long time.
Oh, okay.
That was like, I started there in high school and I ended up becoming like a manager, and like that was like my whole thing for a while. And I just got so sick of like the cookie cutterness of it. Like everything was the same, everything had to be perfect. And I was like, that's not like the shopping experience that I want.
Yeah.
So I tried to do like the opposite of that. I learned a lot from that job.
Yeah.
Love Maurice's.
Yes.
Honestly, great place to work. People there are amazing. But I didn't want that. I wanted to feel real. I also wanted to have my sewing area visible. That was like a big thing for me.
I loved that when I came. That was like, wow, I can really, because every alteration place is always like hidden.
Yes.
But I was like, wow, like it's just cool to watch, to be honest.
I get why, because it's messy. Like it doesn't look good, but I wanted people to see how the sausage gets made.
Yes,
like it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's messy. Like sewing is like one of the messiest things.
Yeah.
Honestly, shout out to my parents for dealing with me doing all of that in the living room for so many years. Like
the living room is crazy.
Covered in stuff.
That's awesome. Dang.
I was just really excited to have that be like a main focus of it.
Yeah. No, that was so good. So when someone comes into the shop and sees your designs and everything, like what do you hope they feel? Or when they buy one of your pieces, like how do you hope they feel,
Oh, I don't know. I just hope that they are are just having fun. I don't know. That's like a main thing. Yeah. I want my designs to be fun. I don't want anything to be too serious. Like I want it to be a good time.
Yeah.
Just hopefully they think it's pretty too.
Yeah. Well, oh my gosh, this dress is so pretty. I'm excited to like get it and wear it. So good. So good. Well, we are coming to a close here on Keeping Up with Cash. Carly, you're so fun, and I'm so excited to just like see all the things you do in Springfield. Like I just having this conversation, I'm like I already have like 7 ideas, and I'm already like seeing so much happening. And just, having the passion and the drive to be like, I'm doing this. Like, I have a great support system. I know where I'm going. Like, let's just get into it. Obviously, for my listeners, we end the show the same way. One, I know I've asked different questions, but like, really, what is your advice for any young girl or guy that is maybe in a situation of being rejected by a lot of jobs? The market right now is really bad. So a lot of people just take it really personally. Any advice there for anyone?
Ooh, definitely don't take it personally, because the job, like, especially like Indeed and LinkedIn, like a lot of things are coming out right now that some of them aren't even like real jobs.
Yeah.
They are data hunting. Like, they're just trying to collect your data and selling it, which is really messed up. Or they just keep it up there to get brand recognition, which is also messed up. Like, that's not an advertising campaign.
Yeah.
I don't know how real any of that is, but I've just like heard about that. And I feel it because nobody even responded for an interview. Like, not even, I would have accepted rejections. Reject me, please. I just want to know.
Period.
So don't get down on yourself. And you know what? I liked what you said, where you said invest in you.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's so true. Invest in yourself. Believe in yourself. If you have a product, someone will buy it.
Right.
Like, I don't know. There's someone out there.
And you can learn so much, like she said, learning how to be social on YouTube. Like, you can learn so much from YouTube or certifications or anything. Like, you're just not too old to start a new hobby or to learn something. So
absolutely not. Yeah, one of my good friends that does like Omaha Fashion Week, she didn't start designing until she was like, I think like she's got like kids, like a full other job, but she was like, you know what, I want to design, that's my passion, and she started doing it. So you can start anytime. Like, never let that be something that stops you.
Yeah. And even like the fashion weeks, like, how do you even like can someone just like sign up, or is it like a whole process? Like, how does that work?
No, it's so easy. You just go on the website. For some of them you have to apply, and then they have like interviews. But as long as you're passionate about what you're talking about, and like you have like sketches and stuff, like, it doesn't have to be super professional. Just be like, this is what I want to do, and usually they'll say yes. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's pretty
just like
chill.
that, guys. Come on. So we end the show the same way here on Keeping Up with Cash. Favorite quote, favorite song, and what do you want your legacy to be?
Ooh.
So,
okay, so favorite quote would be by Elsa Schiaparelli, and she said, I can't remember exactly how it is, but she's like, to be a successful designer, you have to be a gambler. And
that's good.
I think that's so true. You just, like, with fashion, you just never know if people are gonna like it.
Yeah.
And you're really just like throwing stuff and like, I like this. Do you like this?
Yes.
And I just think that's so true. Favorite song. This is kind of weird.
It's totally, bro. It's all good. She's like, Phineas and Ferb, Squirrels in My Pants. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean,
it's about that. It's the Goosebumps theme song.
Okay.
There's something about that song that tickles my brain. Every time I hear it, I am going to be dancing. I'm going to be throwing it back.
Yeah.
I will be.
Throwing it back to Goosebumps is wild. But
it's
also,
so good. Like, if someone played that in a club, I'm passing out immediately. Like,
she's like, please, John Summit, please don't listen to one of your raves DJ sets, please.
Please. I would be obsessed. I will be up on that stage for you. I will sell that song.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
And then legacy, I mean, I guess it just goes back to like, I don't know, I want to I want to bring production back to Missouri. I want to just, I don't know, have cool clothes. I want people to remember me for that. Yeah. And also being fun.
Being fun.
Living,
laughing, loving.
Living and laughing and loving all the time. I think that would be pretty sick.
I think that would be sick. Dang, that's awesome. You're awesome. I'm so excited to see everything that you got going on. A little dab up ski.
Oh, yes.
Thank you guys so much for listening to Keeping Up with Cash. Be sure to check out, plug all your stuff, Queen.
Oh, yeah. I have Instagram. I have TikTok. It's just all Carl's Bad Designs. I have a website. Maybe don't go there yet.
Yeah, don't go there, guys. Go to the store.
It's going to be better. Yeah, come to the store. Also, if you're a brand interested in being in the store, let me know. I'm interested in finding new people. So
yes. Love it. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to the pod. Having to pop up here soon. So excited, and Carly will be there. Live, laugh, love. It should probably already be done by this time this drops. But guys, we had so much fun at the pop up. Okay. Oh, so much fun. It was so slay. It was so good. Well, be sure to follow her on everything. Buy some merch. Follow all the social media, and remember to always keep on keeping up with Cash. Okay. Bye.